I'm pretty sure I just figured out how to have more motivation and more of a drive to exercise and physically exercise. And I've been, it's been bothering me not being, physically exercising, not doing push-ups and not doing pull-ups. It's been bothering me, and I've been trying to understand, how can I motivate myself, and how can I get myself to be physically active and to build physical muscle. And I pray to God and ask Him for strength and for motivation to help me exercise. And I just realized something, just earlier, that if this feeling, this terrible feeling that I have, feeling like I deserve to be punished for the terrible things that I've done in my life, like when I gave Brianna herpes and she potentially passed it to her son, and I feel terrible about that, and I'm going to make up for it. And my advice to you guys, if you do something terrible to someone and you hurt someone, try your best to apologize, ask for forgiveness, and try to make up for it, and try to make it right as much as possible. And try your best to not do anything like that again, and to just be better and learn from it. But that feeling of, I did something terrible to someone, I hurt someone, I feel like I deserve to be punished, or have like some kind of physical punishment. And this feeling was bothering me, as well as not, physically exercising and not exercising and being lazy. And so it's like, I have both of these feelings that are bothering me. The feeling of, I did something terrible, I'm seeing myself as a trashy person, a terrible person, as garbage, and I deserve to be punished. And it's just an awful feeling. And the way that I view myself, I look at myself like I'm garbage. And I know I'm not garbage, I'm a human being worthy and deserving of love. And I need to love myself more, and I will love myself more. And so yeah, it's this feeling that I feel like I deserve to be punished, and like almost like I deserve to go to hell. I'm trying my best to make up for what I did, and I'm trying to make it right for the people that I've hurt, and for the terrible thing that I did. But this feeling that I still feel like I deserve to be punished, like some kind of physical punishment. And I also have this feeling of, being tired and being frustrated and being bothered by me being lazy and not physically exercising. So I have both of these feelings. And so how do they relate to each other? Well, I started thinking, if I feel like I deserve a physical punishment, why don't I take that and turn it into motivation, into drive to physically exercise? And I do physical exercise as a way of punishment for the terrible things that I've done. And the way I like to think about it is, a coach and his players, after the players get in a fight, the coach will punish them to get them to run extra laps. And so it's a reasonable and an ethical and a moral and a right and good punishment. It's not you doing something extreme or crazy. It's just, hey, I feel terrible about myself. I feel terrible about what I did. I did something terrible. I feel like I deserve some kind of punishment, like physical punishment. I'm trying to make up for what I did and trying to make it right. And I've apologized to the person and I've asked God for forgiveness, but I still have this feeling and I'm not sure what to do with it. And you can take that feeling of feeling like you deserve to be punished and like having some kind of physical punishment, and you could turn that into motivation and transform it into motivation and to drive to physically exercise, and have physical exercise be that punishment that you think that you deserve for what you did, for your actions. And like a coach punishing his players after they did something terrible with extra laps and more workouts as a way of punishment, which is healthy for you, which is a healthy punishment. And I said that my preferred way of punishment is taking away the things that I love, or if I have kids, if I were to punish them, I would take away the things that they love. I wouldn't want to do physical violence. I wouldn't want to physically hit my kids, and I don't agree with physical punishment. And because of how I was raised and what I've seen with other kids and what I've seen from other parents, I just wouldn't want to treat my kids like that, and I see that as abuse. But there are smarter and better ways of punishment, like taking away the things that they love, but also getting them to physically exercise after they did something terrible, which is still technically a physical punishment. And it's just like, hey, go run these laps, or hey, go mow the grass, or mow the grass. That should be something, but that's just kind of like me just trying to think of an example. But hey, go do some cardio, run around, or you give them some kind of physical exercise that maybe it's a chore, or maybe it's just them running laps and doing some cardio, but it's a way of punishment. It's still a physical punishment, so you can punish their bad deeds and punish bad behavior, and so you can teach them, and so they can still learn. Pain teaching a lesson, but it's a smarter, better, healthier way of punishment. And I still would take away the things that they love, and reward good behavior and all that stuff, which is more of the behavior that you want to see, which is good behavior. Reward that, and the behavior that you don't want to see, like bad behavior, punish that. And I'm not a parent, but this is just the advice that I've been told or what I've heard, and so it's just going by that logic, and it's a feeling too, but it's just a way to parent yourself and motivate yourself. And I gotta get better at rewarding my good behavior, and when I do good things, I should try to reward myself more and give myself a reward for doing good things. But I also should try to punish myself for bad things, so I learn not to do it again. And so if I do something terrible and I've hurt someone, I ask God for forgiveness, ask them for forgiveness, try to make up for it, try to make it right. But if I still feel like I deserve some kind of punishment, like physical punishment, I get myself to physically exercise more. Like get a gym membership, or doing pull-ups, or doing push-ups, or doing cardio, and just get myself to do physical exercise as a form or way of punishment, which is extra motivation to get me to physically exercise. So I have both of these feelings that are bothering me. A feeling that I deserve some kind of punishment, like physical punishment, and the feeling of being bothered by being lazy and not physically exercising every day. So take both of those feelings, knock two birds out with one stone, and take care of it and solve that problem. And use that feeling that I deserve some kind of punishment, like physical punishment, as motivation, as drive to take care of the other feeling of me feeling like I'm lazy, feeling I'm being tired and being bothered by not physically exercising. So using that feeling as motivation to take care of the other feeling. And that's what I've learned, and that's what I'm gonna start doing. And I just did some push-ups, I just did some pull-ups too after I realized that. So that's just my advice to you guys. And still try to reward good behavior, because the behavior that you do want to more, the good behavior that you do want to see more of yourself doing, try to reward that. So reward yourself for doing good things. I need to get better, and I need to reward myself for doing good things, and be smarter and better with punishing myself for when I do terrible things and bad things. And so that's like taking away the things that I love. So taking away weed, which might be hard for me, but if I do something terrible, which I don't plan on doing anything terrible, but if I feel I deserve to be punished and I deserve to take weed from myself as a punishment, then I will do it if I feel like I deserve it. Or even physical exercise as a form of physical punishment if I feel like I deserve it. And it's just extra motivation to do something healthy, something good for me. Or if I feel like taking away wine as a form of punishment, which I love drinking wine every now and then. So yeah, that would be my way of punishment, which I feel is better and smarter, taking away the things that I love and doing physical exercise as a way of physical punishment. And so yeah, that's the key takeaway, and that's the lesson to take away from everything that I said in the whole video. So that's pretty much it.